I had a marketing group. So this is another NBA. Today we'll eat, and they'll just fight as well as you can, as well as you. So for today, I have another pure creation episode for you where I completely create a new word to describe a concept in English that has not already been done, at least to my knowledge. And I kind of just went through a little bit of an example right there. I'd say it's not exactly what I'm going to be talking about, but it's close. What we are going to be talking about is essentially when you have a word stroke or a speech stroke. So you're just talking normally and you hit a point where you just cannot get the words to actively come out of your mouth that you are thinking and trying to say. It's just not working for whatever reason. And this can happen in a couple different variations. So I'd say example number one, you have an idea that you're trying to express and trying to explicitly say. You go through and you just keep stumbling on one little part of the word, and that one word that you keep stumbling on just becomes like incomprehensible. Then I can also say that there's a couple things that I think can fall under this category. I would say if you start a sentence and then just kind of forget where you were going with it, and might just end up continue to do circles around trying to kind of figure out the idea. So you just kind of say these buzzwords or just like basically the same thing over and over again, trying to figure out what you were trying to say. And you never really get to the point. So what you said was just this mass jumble of nonsense. And here's a great example of Cousin Jack doing that a while back. So
wait, is the word this is never mind.
And I'd say the other minor variation of this, like forgetting what you're saying, is also when it just like completely blanks and you don't keep speaking, but you just can't like finish your thought because it's just gone from your head and you completely forgot what you were going to say. So yeah, essentially it is unintentionally incomprehensible speech. And the word that I would like to create for this is Vokysm. And Vokysm has essentially three elements working for it: vocal, stroke, and aneurysm. That's kind of the three aspects that go into it, because stroke and aneurysm are pretty similar. And yeah, I'm going to kind of include a lot of these Vokysms that I would normally cut, because Vokysms are a lot of the things that I end up having to cut from videos or just like would kind of hurt the flow. It's mostly Vokysm and pre-spe, and those things in isolation can be horrible to listen to. But Vokysm is a pretty simple idea. You got vocal, stroke, and aneurysm. Strokes and aneurysms are basically the same thing, just kind of a damaging occurrence where things fail to function properly and just kind of completely shut down. That's generally what they both mean. And then we just have vocal in the start because it's really just the vocal version of that, or the audio speech version of that. So we've got the VO at the start for vocal, we've got the K in there for stroke, and then we end with a YSM because that is the ending of aneurysm. And I also like this word for another reason, because in Wiplish, I've tried to really give X a little bit more shine in the alphabet because it's just not used as much as a lot of the other letters. One of the letters, or I guess two of the letters that I think need to see a little bit more shine are K. I mean, I've mentioned that one quite a bit. A little biased towards K, so I'm glad it's in there. But also V. V is one that doesn't get used a whole lot, and I actually really like the letter V, and I'm all about the V. So, oh God, what did I just do? I don't even know how to move on from that. I like the letter V. That's why I'm happy that it's in there. We're just gonna move on. Let's go to the comment of the day. I don't think I have a whole lot else to say about this. Those incoherent just stumbles of speech that are just so hard to get through and completely destroy the flow of any sentence, those are Vokysms. Hopefully we can do our best to avoid those in the comment of the day, which comes from Gavin, but the Gavin that isn't always the Gavin commenter. I might have to think of a distinguisher to identify which is which. I don't really want to use their last names, even though they're both in their YouTube names, but it just seems a little odd to be like constantly saying their last names in my YouTube video. I don't know if they want that. I don't think I want that. And since I've been friends with both of them at this point for about 12 years, you would think I would have like a better distinguisher for this, but they're both Gavin B. It's always been a problem. I could use their code names, but I don't know if they really want those released either. I guess we've already mentioned bombs, which is basically loose anus farts. Can be other variations too. Blomberg's can occasionally be kitty. You know, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to have the normal Gavin who comments on basically every video. He is going to be Gavloff now. And that's just the start of Gavin with LAF for loose anus farts as the abbreviation attached to him. Then we will have the other Gavin be Gavitty, which is the first half of Gavin plus the end half of Kitty. I guess that's what we'll do. I don't think it's that important. Anyway, Gavitty gets the comment of the day. He said, with the typo, I don't know if I am more frightened or proud. And I like this comment. I think my response to Gavin is just going to be that you should be both. You should be frightened at how proud you are of me, right? Yeah? I definitely just ripped that straight from The Office. However, that is the video of the day. It's basically Michael saying that with fear and love. And really, there's not a whole lot more to that. It's legit an 11-second clip on YouTube, so that's kind of the whole video of the day portion done right there, too. Because that just comprised my response. But, yeah, like this comment, Gav, you did have the typo there. There's no Wiplish in it. So I can't give you anything too high for a score, but we're going to give you a 139 out of 226. Now to wrap things up with the song of the day. The song of the day is Voices in My Head / Stick to the Plan by Big Sean. So this is kind of a two-part song. However, it's really not all that long and they flow pretty well together. I've mentioned a couple of the songs I've selected for this as aggressively depressed. This one probably falls under that category. A little suicidal, pretty dark. However, there is some amazing flow throughout certain parts of this and just very impressive parts to the song that I think are incredible. And as I've said, I really like people saying things that either it seems like they really believe or that are just not typically said by people because they're hard things to cover. So that's part of why I kind of like this type of music, and I really like this song. And yeah, again, the video of the day is the Office thing. It's a pretty big change of pace from ultra depressing if you just want to watch that instead. And that will do it for the Daily Do. Peace out.